Hey guys, welcome to the Retro Gaming Junction. This is Camilio. We're continuing our game of Ultima 7 Part 2.
Hasten, the imbalance grows stronger.
We're gonna do another part of the DLC because an item that is extremely useful is part of the DLC called the Ring of Regions or something. It's a ring that I won't need any regions anymore. So yes, I want that. But to do that, we need to go back to the town at the beginning. I'm just gonna wing it here. I think it's here. No. Oh shit. Okay, before going here, we need to go here. Get our stuff back. I don't know if I'll need it. It's in this. It's these things. Anyone has an empty bag? I have no more food. I should go buy some food. Okay. I'm not sure if I did that one. Okay, if I cast the spell translate. Sorry. Ritual of Reunification. First, open the window into the void by placing the black rock serpent in its proper slot. Second, each imprisoned bane must be placed upon the altar corresponding to its principle. Unrestrained emotion leads to madness. Unchecked enthusiasm leads to what? Oh, I don't know what that is. I have looked for a way through the other chambers for this cursed outpost, but I've yet found nothing. I did discover that the well in the southwesternmost chamber was empty. By using rope, yeah, we did that. I remember that. The same thing. So this and this is the same thing. Okay, so maybe I can leave. Okay. Let's go buy some food here. Exchange. Gems. She's not open. It's gonna be the same. Where is the inn? fish. Yeah, whatever. Okay, we should be good. I think this is it. I might have come here already, I'm not sure. You're not dead. This one's not dead. go, let's go, let's go. Okay, this looks dangerous. Ah, it's the exit. Man, what are you doing? Okay, there's two ways to go down. Are people getting damaged because they're hungry right now? We're back in the DLC. In the what is it called? Anyway, it's when you teleport. It's just to get a couple of items. What? Come on, dude. he's level 5 now. Okay. Seeing he was running away like his AI was telling him to do that. Okay, we need to sleep a little bit here. Anyway, we won't be able to come back. We'll have to wait a week before going back to the normal map. Let's go with a 9-hour sleep. Wow, this guy didn't even get healed completely. I think these are traps. Is that possible? I don't need to go there anyway. I think I'll have to use the stairs here. Yeah, people are getting hurt. Yeah, there's traps everywhere here. I'm just not really seeing them. Okay. Let's heal. Great heal. What the fuck was that? Hey, Odif, good evening. Yeah. What the fuck? This guy is just always fucked up. What's going on? No. Did we even sleep? Let's give some food to everybody. Maybe they were hungry. I don't know. Okay, better still. There is a spell, remove trap. Maybe we can try that. I don't know how it works. Reveal. Woohoo! Hey, base, how's it going? No, I don't even have remove trap. Destroy trap. I don't know. Oh, this is working. I'm so afraid. Shit, we lost a guy. There's two guys, but apparently I never used it. But this can be used to revive them? Ah, maybe not here. So it seems there's I actually removed that trap. That actually worked. I'm surprised it worked. Oh, here, about, something like that. Okay, and then maybe another one. Here. Come on. Well, fuck, it worked. It broke. Locked. Welcome, simpleton. Look at his face. Do not expect to stay long, for I am getting rather hungry, and it has been months since I have eaten the flesh of human. What's your name? I'm the manifestation of the horrific images of thine mind's darkest recesses. Ha! I am chaos unrestrained. Those cowards in the keep call me the Fiend. I do not possess this orb, moron, nor have I any desire to. I do, however, recall an entertaining diversion, perhaps 1 year ago. A crazed soldier of chaos stole it and brought it into my domain. I assume he had been discovered, and rather than face the persuasive initiates of discipline, sought asylum in my domain. He fell victim to one of my more flamboyant traps. I'm sure he still has the orb on his charred body. Fool! Dost thou think these flimsy doors are my prison? That the meager traps and inconsequential guards hold me here? Nonsense. Why stay? The ring! I am prisoner of my former self, for without the ring I cannot ride the world. Ride the world. Order is folly. The world has blinded itself to this truth, and I shall force them to see. See. I shall bring death to the Hierophants, to bring chaos and freedom. No longer shall men weaken themselves with reason. I shall liberate the entire world. Ring. Thou must know of the ring of Shal. Even the king of fools knows of its power. Any idiot can see what importance it bears to my ambitions. Fool, ignoramus! I should slay you and add your bones to my collection. Thou knowest well the powers of the ring. If I had the regions to spare, I would strike thee down with a spell most dire. If I had the ring. Thou art not merely feigned stupidity, art thou? With it on my finger, I need never use regions, for it simulates their magical properties. That is why I created the ring. That is why I pledged myself to chaos. Created. Yes, you fool, I was Shal, but Shal had not the knowledge to create his life's goal, so he called upon greater powers than he had. Greater powers than he to complete his work. The Chaos Serpent granted him that power, but there was a price. Yes, greater powers. He called to the serpents of the order and chaos. He spoke with demons. Only the chaos serpent would hear him. Price? He was shown the error of his ways. It was a gift. He was granted a year's time to complete his work, at which time he would be changed into me. Bless the Chaos Serpent for his wisdom. The Chaos Serpent was far too generous in granting him a full year. Had it granted him but a month, I would already have saved the world. Shaul had time to hide the ring from me. He did give the ring to an animated suit of armor, with the orders to hide and guard it, even from himself. I have not yet been able to recover it. The predecessors to automatons, they cannot speak and can barely follow orders. They make idiots like thyself seem intelligent. I would not be surprised if the suit of armor forgot entirely about it. The accursed thing may have noticed it days later and thought it was a rock. It could be in a pile of rubble. It might still have the ring in its hand. Curse this world. My only thought thus far has been to see thine bones scattered across my floor, but you might yet be of use to me. I shall let thee live if thou dost retrieve the ring and bring it to me. I guess. Ah, excellent. Go then. Bring me the ring. Do not betray me, or I shall sate myself by killing thee slowly. Okay, yes. But I know we're going to end with that ring later anyway, so I don't think it's going to be here. He said it could still be on a corpse. Maybe I just missed it. It's very possible I passed by it. Maybe it's on the corpse and sometimes it's just in the corner there. Okay, let's go back. Oh no, okay, no, there's no more traps here. Maybe there, maybe? Oh, well, I think that's it. I have to be careful about the traps. What did I do?
What's going on, man?
Yo, Abstractism, good evening. I should save before I do a hard save here. Oh, there's another. Oh, that's where we entered. Oh, we definitely didn't go here. Serpent, erp. Oh, it's here though. No. What are you talking about? Keep your valuables in these mines. Just point it toward the enemy. I must eat now. Guys, we have nothing to eat. Nothing. Maybe I'm wrong. Whoa. Well, he's dead. They weren't kidding when they said they needed to eat. Can I do create food? Oh, there's an invisible wall here. Who would have thought? Never in a million years. This here, of course. Obviously. What is this? The Diary of Diabolical Traps. I, Celia Shore, am accompanying a score of soldiers and scholars ordered to retrieve the golden orb. I was chosen for my knowledge of traps, a specialty particularly suited for a journey into unknown lands controlled by a mind such as the Fiends. First of all, the first trap. A soldier wandering into an alcove found himself separated from his command by poison fields. I had the good fortune to be looking his way when he triggered the trap. It is obviously of magical nature. If this is what we will face, the ring will surely be ours. The fiend has raised the stakes. We discovered a large cavern in which were numerous statues of harpies in decorative suits of armor. We had immediately deduced that these were traps and would smite us if we stepped too near, but the real trap was more cleverly hidden. Caltrops, painted to match the color of the floor, drew a great deal of blood from the soldiers as they gingerly avoided the obviously statue traps. Clever. We have discovered the next trap. A small number of chests clustered together proved to be explosive if tampered with. Amateurish, I spotted the trap before any of the foolish soldiers could tamper with it. 3 soldiers entered a completely barren cavern and triggered a truly fiendish trap. When they reached the center of the room, we heard the sound of a bell. Nervous seconds passed. Just when we relaxed, a spell of terrifying, destructive nature went off. The soldiers were consumed in flames, which appeared from empty air, disappeared and reappeared in other locations. Had they fled from the room, they would have lived. There was a body in there, and my mind's eye can still see the light cast from our torches, glinting of a golden object in its hands. If it was the orb, it is lost, for not one of our number dares to face the flames. I think it was not but a gold statue or some such. More accurately, I hope it was. We sent another soldier to his death. He was sent into the narrow mouth of a cavern. I knew he would not return. When he entered the cavern, an energy field appeared in a narrow opening. Neither I nor our wizard had the spell field in our spellbook. He was left to die. He was one of the last soldiers alive. Our prospects for survival grim. Should I keep this? Let's put it in this bag. Glowing sphere. Oh, bandages. Ooh. Okay, I really need to check because I'm looking for the ring, right? I need to be careful. I might miss it. Come on, here would make sense, right? Oh, a bag. Oh, come on. Could use some food already? I think it makes me search for it. There's crap everywhere. Oh, maybe this. Oh, yeah. He said on an automaton, I think. Serpent scale. Not that I really need them anymore. Maybe. No. I'd say we're still maybe 2 more streams. That appears to be very fine cloth. Perhaps we could cut into bandages. I couldn't play it today. The next time I'll be able to play it is Wednesday. And then I think I'll play the original System Shock to be able to compare them side by side, or almost side by side. God damn it! There you go. Continue. No, it's not again. Such epic music. Oh, it doesn't fit in there anymore. Oh well. Oh, bandages. That was nothing. Maybe that guy has a lot of health. I don't know why they were T-posing like that. I think they're pretending they're a more recent game or something. Oh, maybe that's a hint. There's some gold on the floor there. There's something going on here. I feel there's traps. No. I'm a bit hungry. Hey, Tetris, Magistus. Good evening. Yo. Okay, needs to be here. God damn it. Shit, that was stupid. Let's reload. Let's go south here. Good job. Okay, well, that's the orb. We were looking for that. I don't know if the ring is there. Okay. Let's do the destroy trap. I have 20 detect traps. Let's try that. How does that work? Okay, it's not too bad. Will they ever disappear, these fires, or they're just there for... Oops. And I don't need to get all the way there, and that's the thing. That's to destroy trap. 3. I don't know. Here. Shit. Stop it. Yes. The ring doesn't appear to be here. Magic bow. I don't know. Let's keep it. Whatever. Let's sleep again. People will be hungry after we sleep here. Very hungry. Yeah, maybe this guy was too hungry. Wait, this guy had some pouch, but no, there's nothing in it. So where's the food? If there's food left. Yeah, the guy that's there. We'll have to do more than that. Jesus, nice. Who didn't get to eat? I don't know. What's this? Pastry. Oh, thank you. Oh, nice. Okay. Oh, there's an invisible wall. Okay. Stop going there. But I think the invisible wall is here. That's the thing. It's right there. I don't have this spell film. So I can't even remove that. Fuck me. Where the fuck is that key? Ring. No. Oh, there's another invisible wall, of course. There's the ring, and that's the ring I saw. So I did see it through the. Can I have just one ring? No. No. I can have two rings. Good. Okay, let's go back to Mr. His name is S something, and we have a map here. Maybe it was a map of this place. Yeah, I think this is the name of the guy, but this doesn't look like the map of where we are right now. I didn't see that last time. Kill the bad guys! To the death! To arms! When do we eat? I'm a little hungry. I don't know, it's an invisible wall here. God damn it. I can't even remember where they are. Ah! Uh-oh, somebody died. No, he's not dead. It's not dead. Since now we don't need any regions, infinite everywhere. Let's do a mass heal. No, not mass heal. Great heal on you. Nice. Oh yeah, that ring is amazing. quick, quick, quick. Oh, I forgot about this place. Whoa. Did I even need to come back here? Probably not. Hast thou brought the ring? Yes. Excellent, thou hast served me well. Alas, I shall kill thee. Surprise. Oh, he has a good weapon. He's actually doing me some. Yes, 40, and I'm not doing any damage on him. Oh, now I'm doing some and I died. Okay. We'll be prepared next time. He's actually just attacking me, so maybe just... We don't have protection. Hey, Zero Copycat! Good evening. Protection. Okay. Ah, fuck. I would like to kill the guy. Okay, let's... We'll need to wait 7 days to get out of here anyway. What's this? Vibrate. I don't know, but I'm gonna try some of these against the guy. Okay, let's put ourselves in a good position to attack him. Like here. Yes. Attack. Spiral missile. Oh. I don't know what happened. I don't even know if that was my spell or what. I just don't know. Mass sleep, does that work? It does. Oh my god, die. Wow, he's dead. Okay. No, he has nothing of importance. Do I still have the ring? I do. Oh, it's easy to see. I just open up the book. If it's infinite, it's infinite. Nice, okay. And fuck this dude, go bye. I'm a bit hungry, I'm a bit hungry. Well, now I can make as much food as we want. We can have a banquet of the gods. There you go. Eat! Okay, are you plump? Okay, so there's one more cave to do in this DLC, but we will not do it right now. Version. Oh, a bunch of traps here. Fuck that. We're gone. Yay. Okay, but we'll have to wait to sleep a little while maybe before we can teleport back. Which is quite annoying. Did you say like 5 days, I think? You guys will be hungry after this. Yeah, they're surviving. There wasn't much in there. Oh, there's some food like all over the place here. More. I must have more. Three days. Oh, this is a full meal, just this. I think everybody's good. Okay, let's leave that there for later. Okay, we now know that food is not a problem anymore. So I'll never have to deal with food again. I say that and they're gonna remove my spell books or something eventually in the game, I'm sure. No. Those were 2 days I think I did just there. Okay, let's go eat. To myself. $11. Nice, $11. Let's make it 12 just to be sure. Okay, finally get out of here. Wait a minute. Just oh, it's too late. I wanted to say before going away, but it's too late now. Okay, from here we're just gonna teleport. Fuck this. Oh, I have no more magic? How can that be, eh? Maybe when I teleport it removes all my magic? Okay, so this should be empty. So put that there. Whoops. Empty bag. No more food. Excellent. That's what I want. Oh. Unfortunately, I do not have. Oh yeah, there's a ton of money in there because it was just too heavy and 2 gold bars. Just drop them on the floor. Yeah, sulfurous ash, ginseng, nightshade, mandrake, garlic, spider silk, but I think the rest are not blood moss. The rest are not regents. I don't know what they are. And blood spawn are, you can make this and people can buy it from you, but maybe it has other utilities, so that's why I'm keeping that. So what's with my magic? Okay, I have a tiny bit of magic, and if I teleport, no, I don't know why I lost it. Maybe when I switched to the balance, to the world, from the chaos balance world, whatever, to here, it triggers my magic. So this is where we were after doing the dream sequence. So last stream we arrived to traverse this swamp and we had a big dream sequence where we finally met, I think, the boss, or like the evil spirit here, which is kind of a, well, it's a big serpent that appears. I don't know if the guy is a serpent or not. So before going forward here, we're going to do a little break, and then we're going to go north and explore the rest of this place.
He was never the same. Consider Man with Dog.
Ultima Exodus for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Once you start playing, nothing else matters.
The year is 2196. One renegade silencer takes on the World Economic Consortium, and they're not making it easy. Crusader, no regret. He's the Crusader. He's back in this explosive, non-stop action sequel. Crusader, no regret. Run, dive, slide, and roll with 21 fast action maneuvers. Infiltrate enemy compounds in 10 explosive levels. Annihilate your opponents with 15 devastating weapons. Shatter. Broil. Vaporize. And burn.
Intruder alert.
Unleash your attitude in the explosive sequel to the award-winning Crusader, No Remorse. Crusader, no regret. Unleash your attitude.
So for cleaner, brighter computer fun, I trust games from Sierra, like Leisure Suit Larry in the Land of the Lounge Lizard.
But wait, Mrs. Shafransky, what if we gave you something better?
Better than Larry? No way.
Yes way, Mrs. Shafransky, because we're talking about the new and improved Leisure Suit Larry in the Land of the Lounge Lizards. All the amazing game strength of the original, but now you get even brighter colors and that deep down fresh scent of adventure. There's more powerful sensing action in this re-illustrated, re-animated classic. And the new no-typing interface gets to ground-in puzzles fast.
Great stereo sound, too.
Supports major music cards.
Larry is new and improved. But does it make Larry cleaner?
No.
Yes.
For for brighter but not cleaner action, trust your computer to the new and improved Leisure Suit Larry.
Okay, kid, show me what you got. Yeah, right.
I must eat now. Again. Okay, do we have enough now? You, oh, you, I'm not forgetting you. God damn it. Whew. You guys were hungry. Okay, let's sleep a little bit. Fuck it, 12 hours. Hey Slitter USA, good evening. There you go, almost all my magic back. And let's eat a little bit. Yeah, we're gonna get poisoned. Oh, a mass cures just around the corner. I don't care about blood loss anymore. There's some regions here. Can I get to it or? Come on. No, I don't think. What's he doing? Man, I hope this is the right direction. I think so. Come on. Let's go. This is the exit, right? This is the exit. Ah. No, 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 no. Ah, oh, fuck me. Two guys have swamp boats, 2 or 3 guys. I don't really care. Oh my god. Oh. Okay. Oh, this is the exit or what? It's something at least. Shit. If I look at my map, where am I? Okay, we're getting there. I'm not sure I can enter this place. A cup. A crucifix. Rescue, that was useless. It didn't even do anything on him. Oh. Boom. Okay. What now? What now? Oh. It's a swamp again. What's this? Ah, fuck that. Hey, could I have gone around the swamp? No. I doubt that I have the key for this. Okay. Yeah, but we still can't get inside the castle. Okay, this might be useless. Yeah, we need a key. Maybe I shouldn't even go here. You know what? I don't trust this game. Last time I went over a dungeon in the end of Ultima 7 part 1. Maybe I can go here. No. No. I don't check the keys, but yeah. Oh, this is different. Yeah, it's all locked, and I don't have the keys. Okay. Oh. Crested Elm. I'm pretty sure what we have is fine. Shane is better than Crested Elm, so it's pretty shitty. Let's get out of here. Okay, let's follow the road. No, you're gonna get into the fucking swamp. Usually this indicates some kind of road. Oh, this is nothing. Okay, let's go back to the main road. the fuck are we? Oh. Gotta explore this forest. Wow, why is it so slow? You can rabbits now? What the fuck? I never thought to see this again. Avatar, this castle thou dost see before thee was once mine home. This was once my kingdom, and once so long ago that mine heart alone remembers. Within these walls dwelled the fairest lady who ever lived, oh my poor Beatrix, left alone so very long ago. But such remorse doth do us no good now. She is long since dust, I fear, and our peril now is real. If thou wishest, I can draw thee a map of mine home as once I knew it. Yeah. I do not know what changes were made after I left Avatar, but perhaps this will help. I seem to recall that there was a secret entrance to the west, but that was a long time ago. I doubt that the two great trees near the illusionary mountain entrance are still there. The secret entrance would be most difficult to find should its landmarks be gone. It's a pity that so much had changed without me being here. Between two trees, that's what I understood. Fuck that. It's gonna say a castle Shemino or something. Yeah, we can't get in there. That's what he said, right? Essentially. Secret entrance. Oh, on the west? Like through the mountains? Where are we now? Okay. Oh. Oh. Two trees here. Oh, there you go. Oh, when do we eat? Okay. The map. Oh. Shamino's castle. That looks like a map from Ultima Underworld. Shamino is you. Right? Yeah, so let's view the map. Okay. should we go now? Let's explore this a little bit. Somebody was hungry. I guess it's you, maybe. I don't know. When do we eat? Is it late? What time is it? It's 4 a.m. It's quite early. Be gone, fool. Let's talk to you. My name is Beryl. I need thine help, but I cannot speak now. What art thou saying to that stranger, Beryl? Nothing, Lord Dragon. Nothing. Yeah, let's talk to these guys. We cannot speak. What? We cannot speak. Okay, maybe it's too early. Maybe they just don't want to talk to us. Hello. I do not believe we have met. My name is Dragon. I am lord of all the land that I survey. At present, I am hard at work fulfilling mine appointed destiny. Conversing with thee is nothing but a useless distraction from achieving that end. I am the master of the great northern forest, and none can dispute it. And if thou shouldst ever speak to a disfigured cripple named Morgrim, and I would recommend against that, pay no mind to what he may say. Morgrim is an evil and depraved man. Thou shalt avoid him like the plague. This is the one and only piece of friendly advice I shall give to thee. I was born a pauper's son. My father was a rancid beggar man who lived in the dirt of the road. I hated it as I hated him. But there was one thing he always told me. He told me that one day I would be a rich and powerful man. I believe this is my destiny. When I was still a lad, I stole his near empty coin purse and sought my fortune. I have acquired not but half of my legacy, though I already have the power. I need not bore thee with the details of how I learned of this power. Suffice it to say that I cannot die. Thou would do well to consider that a warning. Do not think of stealing my gold, for it is thee who shall lose thy life. I cannot die because I am destined to become wealthy. Erd and Evil work the mines night and day. Beryl cooks and cleans. They are good workers. They shall make me wealthy. If we ever come into conflict other than the gold that I know lies somewhere in this land, I shall kill thee dead without an ounce of regret. It was 1 year ago that I led my band of men to this spot. We had all heard the tales of gold and fabulous gems that could be found here. We came by ship, the Emerald Lady. As we planned to settle here, they all brought their wives and children. For months we suffered through bad luck. Then one of the miners made an important discovery. That was before I went on the hunting expedition. But ha, I'm ahead of myself. It hath been too long since I have had a fresh face to converse with. Damn distraction. Hunting expedition. Not long after the first significant find, we had planned a great feast as a celebration. I led a group of hunters into the forest to hunt for game. We were attacked by a vicious pack of wolves. Only I survived to make it back to camp. It was then that I discovered my power. But the failed expedition was a bad omen. Soon my men were divided and our group fell into rebellion. Simple disobedience, really. Oh yes, and someone cut Amlin's throat and stole his gold. I do not know who did it. After this, most of the men chose to leave. So what was I to do? I gave them their fair share of the gold that we had found, and sent them back to the ship with my blessings. They were led by the weakling Falcon. After they left, I never saw them again. Oh well. And a man named Falcon declared himself the leader of a group of dissenters that was comprised of nearly half of our number. He was a man of exceedingly weak character. He suggested that we return home penniless, without a single piece of treasure, all because a few of the women and children had a difficult time of it in the wilderness. Well, all that is the past, and there is nothing one can do for the dead, and we have the treasure. One of the men, a fellow by the name of Hamlin, discovered a nugget of gold as large as my thumb. It was not far from our present location. Rest his soul. For 3 months we toiled near the site of our original landing, but we found nothing. It made the men so discouraged that they nearly surrendered. At last we moved camp and came here. But we were soon to hear the best part. But interesting. Okay, so we cannot talk to these people here. I am no thief. Oh, what? Whoa. Should I go in here? Whoa. My name is Beryl. I'm so glad thou let me privately. We cannot speak for long, lest Dragon or his minions find us. I live in fear of Dragon and his terrible power. Afraid. Of the 2 settlers who came to this place led by Dragon, only 3 of us survived, and the other 2 work for him. Dragon burned the ship and left the others to die. I know he played a part in the death of mine husband as well. Mine husband, Carvel, died when Dragon took a group of men in search of gold. Only Dragon returned. He told a story of how they were attacked by the wolves, but he lied. I did not find the truth until a short while ago when Dragon drunkenly boasted of killing Carvel and the others. That was when I ran away. Yes, I could not stay here with the man who murdered mine husband. I went deep into the woods, but Dragon's lackeys found me and brought me back. Now they watch me closely, but not closely enough. One of the settlers, Falcon, wanted to leave the settlement. Many others chose to go as well. I did not believe it when Dragon followed Falcon's group to leave so easily. I discovered why. Dragon had the ship burned, leaving them all to be eaten by the wolves. Surely thou hast heard them. With every cry thou canst hear how they hunger for our flesh. A year ago, a group of us left by ship and came to the Northlands. We were in search of the gold and precious gems that are said to fill this land. Our original camp was to the south. But we had no luck there, and we made our way to this place. Once here, Dragon seized control. We had to do his bidding or suffer the consequences. There were beatings and other things. I would rather not talk about that. Oh, whoops, I didn't want to change the subject. Fuck. I feared that no one could save me from Dragon, for he is invincible. I cannot be armed by blade or knife, nor by any magic that I have seen. He cannot be. Whatever he and his expedition found, it hath given him unimaginable power. I have been thinking about this for some time. Perhaps Dragon can be defeated by something that doth not actually bring harm to him. Thou could treat an arrow with a plant that is called King's Savior. According to legend, the plant is found in the deepest and most dangerous part of the forest. Only one man can help thee. The forest master could guide thee to King's Savior, but beware him. He possesses strange powers. I cannot say what they were, for he was careful to never let me see any such display. But thou wilt feel his power if thou dost meet him. Take care that does not anger him. His name is Morgrim. His face is horribly scarred, yet I do not fear him the way I fear Dragon. Morgrim is a strange man, foreign in some way I cannot explain. I think this is the bad guy, but he's only one who hath treated me kindly since Carvel was murdered. I stayed with him a short time after I ran away. His dwelling place lies far southwest of here, in a grove of silver-leaf trees. Perhaps he shall deign to aid thee. Okay, maybe not. Arrow? An arrow thusly treated would put anyone stricken by it in a deep sleep. Dost thou not see? The arrow would not harm him, but it would allow the herbal medicine to take effect. This would give us the chance to find and steal the source of Dragon's power. Unless we do this, I am doomed to be a slave. But that is not before thou dost come here. Thou must save me from this devil Dragon. Okay, I'm not sure I said everything I could to her, so let's talk to her again. No. Okay. Afraid. Blah 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 blah. Husband. Burn ship. Wolves. Settlement. Consequences. Ran away. Other two. Beware them. They follow Dragon's orders unquestionably. Unquestioningly. They would even kill at his word. Okay, so we talked about everything, I think. Invincible. Cannot be armed. Arrow. Change subject. King Savior. Do I need to pick up some arrows and stuff like that? Or strange powers? But yeah, you have a ton of space here. This is a big place. I thought it was just an old mine. It might even connect to that other place, that other cave that we discovered. Doubtful, because what's the point of fire? Whoa!
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Hey, Commando! Thank you for the follow. Other two. Okay, now we talked about everything. Why am I on this, on protection or something? I'm on some spell. Whoa, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? Is this just a trap? Fuck that. Well, let's try the keys I have. I don't think it's gonna work. Doesn't even consider it. What about you? I'm not a spy. Dude, you're so suspicious. What's your name? He's just a fighter. I can't talk to him, so I don't know his name. I didn't ask him the fabled question. Name. Let's go into that. Let's go downstairs here. See what's this. Zork, excellent. Shit, you never talk about game as much as Zork. You must really like it. You must really like the Zork. I have a ton of money once we're done here. Just dump it in his inventory. Oh. I do this. Oh, that works. Fuck off, let's open the map. Oh, that's pretty much it. We're full of cash. Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else here. Yeah, some food. You're right. You're right. We could eat. We could eat. Let's go here so at least I see it. think everybody's full. Oh well, let's go. Let's get out of here. Okay, so she wanted me to explore the forest to find the plant or something. How will I? Anyway, let's see. Well, maybe we'll see it. It's gonna be obvious. It's a big area if they really want us to do the whole thing there. Oh. Let's pick up these arrows and pick up any arrows we find. It wasn't there. Okay. Maybe I need to go to the southwest like she asked, but oh, we're still in. Oh wow, it's okay. Hello. That tree has a face. At least I see a face. One eye, another eye, a nose, and a mouth. Well, that's a guy. Oh no, they're attacking me. Oh shit. Yellow's dying. We're good? Let's go up. There's still some people upstairs. To my fellow trappers, greetings to ye. I will be heading north when ye be reading this message. Make sure ye guard the cave and protect our goods well. If I found out ye let some never-doer wells steal our goods, I'll personally skin every one of ye bastards. Hang your hide on my walls and eat your black hearts for supper. By the way, don't be looking for the wonderful glass sword that appeared after the last storm, for I took it with me. I'll be heading back to the north. This fancy sword should be mighty handy for slaying some dragon or other fearsome beast. Slaughter a beast in mine honor, Hazard. Oops. Ah man, it said everything's trapped. Lord British Tyrannical Adventure by Ammon. The things look interesting, but maybe it's nothing. Azar's Ledger. Pelt. Sells by Custom Express and Military. This gives a +1 defense. Whoops. Okay. Okay. Oh. sure it would fit. A big cavern here? I don't know. Wow, they're all trapped now. Ancient missile. Pretty sure I have that already. Yeah, I should always click directly on the character. I don't need to do what I did in the original, well, in part 1. Ancient missile. Yeah, I don't know if I have it. Yeah, I don't have it. What am I getting myself into now? Okay, it doesn't look too big. What's that sound? I just want to eat. No? Oh yeah, I should do this instead. Okay. Yellow. And let's see if I keep those. Yeah, apparently yellow is good. And those must be good if I left it there. They won't fit anymore. Ultima 7 Oceans. Warmth. Warmth. That's kind of neat. fuck it, I have enough potions. Okay, yeah, let's put the magical there. I think everyone has magical. No. Stairs. Broken stairs. There's swamp boots. Don't exchange that. Everybody has either the fur boots. So no. And I think the magic is not even that great because yeah, I have to go get the other boxes downstairs. Can I have to put them in my inventory, it won't fit. Leave that there. Put that in my hand. This in the other end. There you go. I have a feeling this is progress, but who knows. Oh, come on. That means I need 3 other boxes? Wow. Well, they give us all we need. It's too heavy. It's too heavy? Let's get our stuff back. Oh, what the fuck is this? Hey, Mac Apple, good evening. Or good day for you, I don't know. Kapow! Kapow! Whoa, whoa, what the fuck just happened? Whoa, what the? Too heavy? It's a statue. There's a skull. This might be for another mission later in the game, I don't know. Oh well. It was a pain in the ass to go here. Okay. What's this? Let's go just to see. Where are we now? We're not even on the map. There's a key there. But no teleport to go back. Key. We're gonna leave it under this one. Oh shit. Or maybe here. Too heavy, I don't think so. Oh. Ghent, the bard wanders no more. Can I talk to you, Ghent? If it was Ghent. No. I hope I'm not fucking up things for later. We got a key. Stuck here now. Did I just come back here? I think I just came back to where I was. It's chilly. Okay, we might have a problem. Maybe I can't go forward. Oh, the pain, the end is near. Who art thou? My name is Fish. Me and my mates were trappers for Azard. What happened? Several days ago, we were camped in a nearby cave when we were attacked by a terrible sorceress. Evil she was, striking men dead before we knew what was upon us. We slew her, though she took many men with her even as she fell. Only I survived, though I fear not for long. I am glad that thou find me. I'd have hated to have died out here alone. Yeah, I'll have to come back here with the better clothing. It's getting colder. What? Even here? I thought we were okay. Quick then. Shit, what is this place? Yeah, we have a problem. What the fuck is going on? Feels like going in circle. Ah, we're back here. Fuck it. Let's go away. Ah, let's teleport outside. Fuck that. Fuck that. No, don't die. I'm getting frostbite. We're outside. That's impossible. Is the game glitching? Amazing. Maybe since I teleported and it didn't register that we're outside. Like, I'm fine. It's only these three that have problems. Well, no. Still freezing. My face is gone, they say. Getting cold. They're still getting cold. What the fuck? How can they be getting cold here? Are you good now? No, they're still freezing. Oh, this is just stupid now. Let's go in the village. Let's try to sleep. Just 3 hours. Let's teleport here. Still freezing. What if we go like in the furnace here? Are you okay here? Are you good now? You're freezing? Amazing. Do we have a spell for this? Fire field? Great Ignite. Why would it do anything? What's happening? Oh, okay. Okay, Ultima 7 Part 2. Always cold. This is the last chance to wear yourself with warm clothes, since once you go up the stairs it will begin getting colder. At the end of the cave. The guy that died had a set of warm clothes, but like I mean, before you start exploring the cave, you need to prepare some cloaks, fur boots, and fur hats before. And at the end of the cave, you enter the frozen lands. You're not wearing the clothes; you'll freeze to death in no time. Forever? I don't get it. What the fuck? What like? Maybe if I give them these boots. Yes, the boots. What are you missing? Where are many discounts? No, this guy's getting damaged. What? Oh yes, the element of light now. What else can I give him? What do you have that makes it? Oh, the cloak. This is a shitty cloak, right? Now it's you. Now it's everybody. Oh, god damn it. What the fuck? Let's just wait till we all die. I'll take a while though. Well, if I Today I was thinking we're not okay. So, fuck that, but... before the cave. Yeah, today I was thinking, what's gonna be the bullshit today on Ultima 7? There you go. Every fucking stream there's something. I'm not kidding. It's not 6 things each stream. No, each streams as one thing that's gonna go wrong. And now that was it. So we should be okay for the rest of the stream. Wow. Oh, okay, this is what I was looking for. House. I am Morgrim, master of these forests. That is correct. I'm the Forest Master, friend to Windrunner, former protector of Illyrion, and now refugee of Pagan. Of course, that will mean nothing to a foreigner like thyself. Dost thou know that I can speak to animals and trees? Do not smirk. Do not smirk, Nav. Speak to animals and trees. It is far more interesting to speak to an animal or tree than it is to speak to thee. I can assure thee of that. Much better conversation. Why, it is through this talent that I am able to speak to the Hound of Doskar, for instance. Unfortunately, I'm having a problem with most of mine other magical powers. I confess I'm not comfortable with the ways magic is practiced on the world, on this world, as prescribed by the sorcerers of Moonshade. I suppose I'm simply not used to it. This world is plagued by such chaos and imbalance. Long ago, I grew so frustrated by not understanding the way it worked that I put all of my power into a living orb, the heart of Valerian. With the orb, I am as one with the animals and plants of the forest. I am its master, servant, and devoted protector. The orb is spiritually connected to me, but it had been stolen. Dragan, the leader of a mining camp that is elsewhere in this forest, came traipsing through here with some of his friends one day. They reached my sanctuary while I was away and stole mine orb. I had mine hands full with another problem at the time, so I sent Windrunner and his mate after them. The wolves killed all of them save for Dagan himself, but he threatened to destroy... I reloaded before I entered the cave. I don't know what's going on with that. But he threatened to destroy the orb if I did not let him go. Since that time, he had escaped me. Dragan. Now that Dragan possesses the orb, he is nearly as powerful as I, yet I am not as powerful as I once was. Over time, my powers have diminished even more, and I am no longer capable of challenging him for possession of the orb. He is virtually impervious to all forms of harm. I doubt thou would fare better than I have against him, and the conflicts have all but killed me. If I were thee, I would try to reason with Dragan. He'll not listen to me, for we are enemies, but thou mightest have a chance. Wouldst thou try to retrieve mine orb? Yes. Thou art a true friend, if a strange one, so I shall give thee a word of warning. The wolves and bears and boars of this forest are very hungry. There was a time, not so long ago, when I could have assured that no harm would come to thee, not only while thou wert in my forest, but all across this world. But not only hath my magic gone, but as I am certain thou dost know, this world is off kilter. Nothing is certain anymore. Good luck to thee. Miners' camp. A group of miners, driven delirious with gold fever, sold everything they owned and came here for some time ago. They found nothing and were driven to the brink of starvation. Most of the miners tried to leave, but they were eaten by the wolves. They were driven away because the dragon's demands of constant work, a terrible tragedy. That would be Azard the Trapper. Perhaps thou hast heard of him. I am told he is a man of some renown in certain circles. He and I have come against each other before. I bear no grudge against any who hunt in my forest for food, nor one who makes their living as a hunter. But this Azard is as he is named, no sense nor love for anything save to kill. He hunts and kills without ceasing, with bloody and painful methods. None of the predators grace, like the wolves, cannot abide a man such as he. What would thou have me speak of, stranger? Connected. My thoughts, emotions, perceptions, my soul, it is all tied to the orb. The heart of Valerian is like unto mine own heart beating in my chest. Having lost the orb, I am as dead man walking. I cannot heal the land. I cannot even summon the Hound of Duskar. The Hound of Duskar. Wow. So the Hound of Duskar, we're looking for these hounds for so long. For a decent conversation. I'm supposed to make them sniff my wooden sword. I don't even know who asked for that. So long ago. It's amazing. The stories that Hound can tell, I can talk with the Hound of Duskar for hours. It is a great mystical beast capable of tracking any sort of creature. It can track across worlds and is often ranging on the scent of one unusual thing or another. Before the Hound of Duskar can track, thou must show it an item belonging to the person whom thou dost wish to seek. Not any old item, it must be something which reflects the soul of the lost one, something personal, something of the heart. Then the hound can guide thee to the general vicinity where the sought being doth well. Nothing can stop the beast. Summon the hound. Ever since I have lost contact with the orb, I am so weakened that I have never been able to produce a call that the hound is capable of hearing, even with those long floppy ears on that miserable mongrel. Bah. This thou require the hound for some reason? Yes. I cannot help thee until my orb, the art of Valerian, is returned. Heal the land, and the land doth sorely need it. Thou hast travelled this forest, the trees are tall, but brittle, dry. Soon they will be lifeless and bare. The wolves in this forest are already becoming quite mean, as I'm certain thou hast noticed. It is all the wicked result of forces out of balance. For example, these bizarre storms, surely thou art familiar with them. We had nothing like this on Pagan. It had completely interfered with me using my powers. King Savior. Thou art looking for the plant they call King Savior. It is green plant with spiked foliage and tiny yellow blossoms. Thou shalt find King Savior growing near mushrooms along the western shore of this island. Oh, beyond the mountain ridge. I won't be asking what thou dost want with it. It is none of my business. Ilarion. Ilarion was a magnificent tree of life on the world of Pagan. How can thou not know such a thing? It stood as a symbol of peace and endurance for more than a millennium. Its branches stretched across the sky. I was the last in the long line of noble and dutiful protectors of Ilarion. It was the bearer of the silver seed and the prime target of the evil one and his followers. Milord, fate has burdened me with this tremendous weight. The silver seed was split open in destruction and discord, and its magical powers have seeped from it. The task was mine to plant the silver seed. If I survive the cataclysmic and distant phases, I have failed in that duty now, too. If only the tale were true. The tales. I did not go to Zenka monks for aid in my quest to make old the sea. I did go. They could not heal it, but they told me of a passage in the decrypt book. It was penned by a scribe of the long dead folk who once peopled this island, and it hinted that they too possessed a silver seed. Alas, the scribe made no mention of its whereabouts, so it may as well be a myth. Split open. Magically as it may be, it is not but a seed, susceptible to the rigors of the world around it. I know not when, but the thin shell of the seed split apart. The contents wherein the magic of the seed did dwell were mashed and beaten unknowingly by my own body. While I tried to escape, the magic within died. It seemed to be the way of this guardian to try and destroy all goodness and life in the world. I am split upon him. I spit upon him. Why, if this evil one were here right now, I would tear off his head and feed the rest of him to Windrunner. That is what I would do. Ah, pagan, a wondrous world, far better than this miserable place. At least it was before it was destroyed by the evil one and his followers. The followers of the evil one were legion, and they declared war upon all who did not fall in tribute to their master. I am proud to count myself among the enemies of the evil one, and proud to have earned his wrath. But his followers in their cowardice set fire to my forest, even the great tree of life. Illyrian burned. Using all my powers, I was able to obtain the silver seed from within Illyrian, but in the effort, the flames took away my sight. The agony was unbearable, and I would have surely died there in my dead forest on my dead world, if not for my one true friend, Windrunner. He saved me, so that one day I could become the protector of the new forest, but I have been blind since that day. That would be this place. I've been the caretaker of the trees of these lands for several centuries. It seems that time doth not pass at the same rate here as on my world. But I am sad to say that my powers are not what they once were. Now this forest, this entire world is dying, even as mine old world did. But this world will not die with a scream, but with a whimper. Not torn asunder by some terrible devil, but gently fall into the slumber of death as great cosmic forces shift out of alignment. Tabarnak, ferme ta crise d'ailleurs. Save thee. Through his efforts we escaped, and I used the last of my magic to escape. We found ourselves here on the Serpent Isle. This guy is just so much talking. He is the destructor of the worlds, the one who calls himself the Guardian. Ha! But who do I speak of this to thee? What would thou knowest of him? Bah! Change. Windrunner. He is a great grey wolf, and my long-time friend. He is also a refugee like myself. We have been through many adventures together. Bye. Wow. Each time you encounter someone in this game, it's like, well, you have like about 15 minutes of talking. It took about that 15 minutes to talk to this dude. It's crazy. Crazy. 15 minutes. That is long time for one conversation. Like I was just listening to Tim Kaine, the guy who kind of designed Fallout, and he said that one of the things that he hated is lore dump. Like when you go and talk to a character and the character just dumps lore on you. Every single character in this game, every single conversation in this game is that. It's all that. You click on it, look at that. It's like, Master. That is correct. I'm the Forest Master. Lore dump. Speak to animals in forest. Like just dumping information all the time. Just dumping. Just... Oh my god. And yes, there is better way. There is better ways to convey your story to the player. Anyway, that's it for tonight. Too much talking. Well, we're pretty much done with all the towns, so there must not be that much talking left in the game. Who do we raid? Man, I have no clue who to raid now. Kilgore. Thanks for watching. Have a great night. see you next time. Tomorrow we're playing some Return to Zorg at 8, and Wednesday we're gonna play more of this with some System Shock remake. Thanks for watching, guys. Ciao.
Thank you for your cooperation. Good night.